Learn the history of the Antonov and An-225 Mriya, the largest and heaviest aircraft in the world. Discover its involvement in the Buran project and the devastating consequences of its destruction during the war. Enjoy! The Antonov and An-225 Mriya is a heavy transport jet aircraft with an extremely high payload capacity. The sole example of this aircraft was developed and built in the Soviet Union at the Antonov Design Bureau in Kyiv, Ukraine, under the guidance of V.I. Tolmachev from 1984 to 1988. It was designed for transporting the Soviet Union's Buran space shuttle as well as other heavy cargoes. Aviation designer Oleg Konstantinovich Antonov founded the Antonov Design Bureau, which was named after him. In Kyiv, the Antonov Design Bureau developed cargo aircraft, including the An-2, An-12, An-22, An-124 Ruslan, and An-225 Mriya. Originally, it was planned to build 2 aircraft, but only one prototype was completed and put into service. In the Soviet Union, it had the registration number USSR 82060. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union, it became the property of Ukraine and received the registration number UR 82060. It made its first flight on December 21, 1988, and has since been used for various transport missions worldwide. It was the largest and most payload-capable aircraft in the history of aviation. The length of the An-225 Mriya aircraft is 84 meters, height is 18.2 meters, wingspan is 88.4 meters, and the wing area is 905 square meters. The maximum speed is not less than 800 kilometers per hour, and the maximum flight range is 15,400 kilometers. The empty weight of the aircraft is 250 tons, and the maximum takeoff weight is 600 tons. It has a crew of 6 people. The engine type is the dual-circuit turbofan engine D18T. All control systems are quadruply redundant. Otherwise, the An-225 is almost identical to the An-124 aircraft, which significantly facilitated and reduced the cost of its production and operation. The An-225 Mriya was created to provide an air transport system for the Buran reusable space shuttle project. The main tasks of the heavy transport aircraft within this project are the transportation of carrier rocket components and the space shuttle from the production and assembly site to the launch site, as well as the delivery of the space shuttle to the cosmodrome in case of landing at alternate airfields. Additionally, the An-225 was planned to be used as the first stage in an air launch system for the space shuttle, requiring an aircraft with a payload capacity of at least 250 tons. Due to the size of the Energia launch vehicle and the Buran shuttle, which exceeded the cargo compartment of the An-225, the aircraft was designed with provisions for external cargo attachment. This necessitated the replacement of the single-fin tail assembly with a twin-fin one to avoid aerodynamic issues caused by the airflow around the externally mounted cargoes. Thus, the An-225 Mriya was designed to solve unique transport tasks, but its use as a base allowed it to be subsequently transformed into a super heavy transport aircraft for carrying oversized cargoes. The first flight of the An-225 Mriya took place on December 21, 1988, from the OK Antonov Experimental Design Bureau airfield. The flight lasted 1.5 hours, from 12:15 to 13:45. Although the aircraft was created in the Soviet Union for transporting components of the Mriya launch vehicle and the Buran space shuttle, by the time the An-225 was completed, all necessary transportation tasks were already being performed by the VMT Atlant aircraft. As part of the Buran program, the An-225 participated in transporting the Buran to the Paris Air Show in May 1989 and conducted several demonstration flights at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in April 1991. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the An-225 ceased operations in 1994. Its engines and other equipment were removed for use on other Ruslan-type aircraft. However, in the early 2000s, there was a need for the An-225, and Ukrainian enterprises restored it. The aircraft was also modernized to meet civil aviation standards. On May 23, 2001, the An-225 Mriya received type certificates from the Interstate Aviation Committee's Aviation Register, ARMAK, and the State Department of Aviation Transport of Ukraine, Ukrainianengineering, allowing it to commence commercial operations for cargo transportation. The An-225 was registered in Ukraine and performed commercial flights as part of Antonov Airlines. In May 2016, the An-225 made a flight from Ukraine to Australia, with intermediate stops in Prague, Turkmenistan, India, and Malaysia. In August 2016, the aircraft delivered a cargo weighing 182 tons to Brazil, setting a record for South America. In November 2016, an incident occurred with an engine fire, but the aircraft resumed operations the next day. From 2019, the An-225 underwent repairs, including the installation of a new engine and updated avionics, and took off at the end of March 2020. On April 11, 2020, the An-225 performed its first commercial flight after the repair, delivering cargo from China to Poland to aid in the fight against COVID-19. In August 2021, the aircraft participated in the aviation segment of a military parade commemorating Ukraine's 30th independence anniversary. According to a statement from the Ukrainian defense industrial conglomerate Ukroboronprom, on the morning of February 24, 2022, the An-225 was undergoing repairs at the Antonov company's site in Hostomel. One of the engines was removed for maintenance, preventing the aircraft from taking off on the specified day, despite the given instructions due to the Russian Federation's invasion. On February 27, 2022, the An-225 Mriya was destroyed on the territory of the military airfield in Hostomel near Kiev as a result of a Russian attack. On March 3, 2022, the Russian First Channel aired a report filmed opposite the hangar with the An-225. The report showed the aircraft with severe damage, including the front part of the fuselage, which had been affected by the fire. The Ukrainian authorities promised to restore the Mriya. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, and Ukroboronprom stated that the restoration of the unique An-225 would take several years and require over $3 billion. It was also reported that interested parties, including China, where the aircraft's blueprints and technologies are located, may be involved in the restoration process. On May 27, the wreckage of the aircraft was reportedly removed from the airport for disposal. However, the state enterprise Antonov stated that the information about the aircraft's disposal was incorrect, and the video showing the removal of the front part of the fuselage was filmed and distributed without permission from the Antonov company and relevant government authorities. In March 2023, suspicions were announced against former leaders of the Antonov state enterprise at the Office of the Prosecutor General of Ukraine, as their actions may have contributed to the destruction of the aircraft. The destruction of the Mriya caused a significant resonance worldwide. It was the largest transport aircraft in the world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave comments. Your engagement is greatly appreciated by us.